Let's get it on now. Select and make your first pick. Let's get it on now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Let's get it on now. Choose and pick the best one. Let's get it on now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get it on now. Select
Good
and
morning.
make your first pick. Let's get it on now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
The player you see before you is called Ryan Mikanos and has played his last game for local Greek side Xakoulagos in the 91-92 PES League season. He is considered a club legend, having over 250 appearances for the club after 14 seasons. However, due to having multiple injuries and playing in the lowest league in Europe, could only get 8 call-ups for the Greece national team. Now, after hanging up his boots at age 32, he decided to move to Italy for a few years. Around this time, he met his wife, Anemia. They got married in the summer of '95, and after moving back to Greece 1 year later, they welcomed their first and only child, Ezio Mikanos, into the world. This is his story on how he became a legend. Ezio Mikanos' story starts after being promoted and presented into the Xakoulagos first team from one of their youth academies, where his agent explains the manager's role for him on the team, now that he is a first-team player. Despite the good news, Xakoulagos' month didn't get off to a good start, as they lost their preseason game to CFR Cluj, however. After playing well off the bench, a draw against league title favorites PES United does see both Ezio and Xakoulagos have a good season opener to start the season. However, despite Ezio's rapid improvement coming off the bench during the month of September, the team itself still struggled to get going after getting 5 points in their last 4 games that month, even losing to our rivals Xakoulagos 1-0 at home. As Ezio slowly started to break into the starting 11 coming into the start of October, Xakoulagos' form started to improve a bit more compared to September. Ezio even scored a brace from outside the 40-yard box to score his first career goal against 8th-place Garnetova, which gave Xakoulagos a 1-0 win. But after a run of disappointing performances in November for both Xakoulagos and Ezio, with one game resulting in a 2-0 defeat to WE United in the PES Cup, this run of poor form continued into league matches, as Xakoulagos could only get 4 points in 4 games throughout November. In the following December, a big last-minute revenge win against WE United, followed up with another 1-0 win against Celuvaris, where Ezio yet again scored one of, if not, his best goals of his career that not only got Xakoulagos 8 points by the end of December, which put the team into 11th place, but Ezio's goal alone also got him the PES Goal of the Month award for December. Just before Ezio's first game in January, his agent wanted to congratulate him on his promotion to first-string left midfield for the Xakoulagos first team. Despite the news, we see Xakoulagos and Ezio kick off the second half of the season in good form, as they accumulated 4 points from 2 games in January, with one of them being a last-minute winner against our rivals Xakoulagos 1-0 away from home. However, despite a positive start to the second half of this season, Xakoulagos started to slip up, even with the major improvement Ezio made in the first half of this season, with Xakoulagos even beating 5th-place Kieselvargen 2-0 in a reverse fixture. They still dropped massive points against both Almchendolf and Marabspor, which resulted in Xakoulagos getting only 4 points during February. Unfortunately, this poor run of form continued into March, as Xakoulagos lost 2 games in a row, even losing to Garnetova 1-0 on matchday 25, resulting in Xakoulagos only getting 4 points again during that month. However, in the coming April, despite a loss to 16th place Warya Mosuk, Xakoulagos still managed to get 5 points that month after beating WE United 3-2, where Ezio showed massive promise, bagging in 2 goals and an assist in that game to earn Player of the Month award for April. But the month of May, despite beating Celivaris 1-0 at home, a 2-1 loss to Trunican, followed up by a 1-1 draw to St. Tragler, finished up Ezio's first season with Xakoulagos as a professional footballer, seeing them finish 9th in the league, with Ezio himself getting into the PES League Best 11 for his efforts this season, getting only 5 goals and 5 assists in 34 appearances. We begin Season 2 with Ezio's agent telling him that he is now considered to be one of the best young players in the PES League and that other clubs within the league are watching him after last season's performance. We kick off this season with the acquisition of new players during the summer transfer window. However, Xakoulagos had a poor start to this season, losing to FC Schalke 04 in a preseason friendly, before losing 2-1 to Almchendorf to kick off the season. Unfortunately, this run of poor form continued into September, as Xakoulagos only got 4 points, losing to WE United 1-0 that month. This run of form pushed into October, with only little improvement as Ezio scored the only goal in a 1-1 draw against PES United, followed up by a 1-0 win against MP Abspor, with Ezio scoring in both of these games to help give Xakoulagos 6 points in October. But when November came, Xakoulagos slipped up, as they only had 5 points that month, with the only league win on matchday 12 against Nakkachev. Unfortunately, Xakoulagos' manager still got sacked at the end of November, despite the 1-0 cup win against Blukrogs. But due to poor performances, Xakoulagos ended December with a disappointing 2 points, resulting in Ezio and Xakoulagos finishing the first half of the season in 12th place. We begin the second half of Xakoulagos' season with the introduction of the new first-team manager, Victor Costin. During the interview, he promises to make sure that Xakoulagos finishes the season intending to win the PES Cup. The following week, Xakoulagos had this massive quarter-final cup game against Thistle Vargan, in which Xakoulagos won on penalties after a 1-1 draw, where both teams scored after 90 minutes. This win contributed towards league form, as Xakoulagos got 4 league points by the end of January. However, in February, Xakoulagos only got 5 points as, despite the last-minute Ezio goal, which helped them get a point against WE United, Xakoulagos still dropped points against Waria Musk on matchday 23, losing 2-0. This run of poor form continued into March, as Xakoulagos only got 3 points despite Ezio's goal contributions against both FSV Sarmtoberg and Tedlogek. However, a massive cup win against Enrenhofstadt, where Ezio scored a 120-minute winner, put Xakoulagos into the PES Cup final. In April, Xakoulagos improved, massively gaining 6 points that month, even beating 5th place Garnatova, with Ezio again getting another assist. To make things even better, Xakoulagos beat Tedlogek 1-0 in the PES Cup final, along with not only Ezio getting the assist in the PES Cup, but MVP, assist, and a Team of the Tournament awards respectively, whilst having a strong finish to the season, gaining 7 points in their last 3 games, resulting in Xakoulagos finishing 11th, with Ezio getting 7 goals and 7 assists in 35 appearances, resulting in him getting into the league's best 11 for the 2nd year in a row. Ezio's agent informed him that he was called up to the Greece national team for their upcoming friendly matches, after not qualifying for the World Cup in Spain. Despite the good news, Ezio got off to a good international start, as on his debut against Zambia, Ezio got his first international assist in a 3-1 win. This continued into his second international game versus UAE, as Ezio again only got another assist in a 1-0 win. In his third call-up, Greece got a 1-0 win against Uzbekistan, with Ezio doing very little in that game. However, in his last call-up, he got his first goal and an assist in a 2-0 win against Bolivia, concluding Ezio's international window with 1 goal and 2 assists in 4 matches. We kick this episode off with Ezio's agent telling him that after last season's achievement with both Xakoulagos and the Greece national team, several other European clubs want his signature. He also informs Ezio that after winning the PES Cup last season, Ezio now has been offered a 2-year sponsor deal with PES Football, along with a change in shirt number. Despite the good news, Xakoulagos started their season quite poorly despite a 0-0 draw against Wisla Krakow. Xakoulagos still lost their opening game against Ehrenhofstadt 2-0 away from home. When September came, Xakoulagos only got 9 points that month, with Ezio getting goal contributions against both Nakachev and PES United. This run of good form continued into October, as Xakoulagos got 10 points that month, with Ezio improving by getting 4 assists, that with 0 goals. However, in November, Xakoulagos only got 4 points that month, with a major loss coming in the second round of the PES Cup against Harrismashgia, losing 2-1 with Ezio getting only 1 assist during that game. However, Ezio did help score against Yamoussoukro in a 3-0 win at home on matchday 14. Unfortunately, in December, Xakoulagos only got 4 points, despite losing 3-0 away to Harrismashgia on matchday 17, which resulted in Xakoulagos finishing the first half of this season in 7th place. However, Ezio did get 3 goal contributions in a 3-0 win against league leaders We United on matchday 15. After winning the PES Cup last season, Xakoulagos' first-team coach Victor Kostin informed the team of who was in their group for their Europa League campaign. However, due to a weak squad and a lack of team depth, Xakoulagos finished dead last in the group, with their only point coming from a last-minute draw against Motherwell on matchday 5, with Ezio getting his first assist in European competition. Both Ezio and Xakoulagos started off January very strong, as Xakoulagos only got 7 points to start the second half of the season, as Ezio only got 1 assist in a last-minute win against Almchendolf on matchday 18. This run of form continued into February, as Xakoulagos got 5 points that month, despite Xakoulagos missing out on a win against PES United on matchday 21, where Ezio scored the opener in that game. However, Xakoulagos did redeem themselves by beating Trunikin 1-0 away from home. Unfortunately, in March, Xakoulagos only got 5 points that month, as despite losing to Marabspor 3-0 at home, Ezio did get an assist in a 1-1 draw against league leaders Thisel Vargan, which followed up with a goal against Blukroos in a 1-0 win on matchday 27. However, when April came, Xakoulagos only got 4 points that month, as they lost their first 2 games of the month against both Tedlogek and Seluvaris. However, Ezio did have one of his best performances, getting 2 assists in a 3-0 win against Yamoussoukro on matchday 31. But due to poor performances in their last 3 matches during May, which got Xakoulagos 2 points, which resulted in an 8th place finish, Ezio made a public press conference to tell the fans that he will not be renewing his contract for next season, not only leaving on a free transfer, but leaving Xakoulagos as not only the league's top assist leader, with 12 assists, but the youngest player to win both the Xakoulagos Player and PES League's Young Player of the Year award for the 2014-15 season, as Ezio accumulated 6 goals and 14 assists in 39 appearances. We kick off Ezio's international campaign with his agent telling him that after his transfer announcement, teams from England, Italy, and Spain all want his signature for the 2015-16 season if he plays well in the European Cup qualifiers, which Greece is expected to go through as group leaders, as the national team coach has put a lot of faith in Ezio after his performances during Greece's international matches against Australia, Oman, and China. But despite the good news, Greece managed to qualify for Euro 2016 before their final group match, with Ezio scoring 3 goals against Hungary, Norway, and Siberia, which contributed toward Greece finishing top of their group, with Ezio only getting 3 goals during their qualifying campaign.